Today we are talking about a genre, and that genre is realistic fiction. So I'm right here on your assignment, and I'm going to read through this and help you understand what realistic fiction is. Let me start reading right here. Realistic fiction. Realistic fiction is a made up story that could possibly happen in real life. It may include imaginary characters who act like real people in real situations. The characters in realistic fiction may be major characters, the main character and other characters who are important to the plot, and minor characters, characters who do not play an essential role in the plot events. Characters may narrate as a character within the story, which would be called a first person point of view, or narrate as an observer, a third person point of view. So before I move on, I want to just tell you again that realistic fiction is a story that didn't really happen, but it could have. So if I were to tell a story about two kids at recess who became friends and helped each other on the swings, it might not necessarily be real. That might not have really happened, but it could happen in real life. It doesn't have anything like talking animals or flying pigs or things like that couldn't happen in real life. Everything in a realistic fiction story can happen in real life. So let's move down to your turn and talk today. And remember, if you are an online learner, you'll be doing this by yourself, and that's okay. It says, discuss with a partner how realistic fiction is similar to and different from a traditional tale. Use the realistic fiction anchor chart to help you compare and contrast the genres. Take note on your discussion. So if you look below, and you'll have this on your assignment, you have a realistic fiction anchor chart. The purpose of a realistic fiction story is to entertain or tell a story. The text structure says events are often told in order or in sequence. The story has a beginning, middle, and end. Then it has elements. The setting is a real place, or the setting is a real place or a place that could be real. Characters behave like real people, and the plot includes events that could happen in real life. So when you're thinking about comparing realistic fiction to a traditional tale, think about the story that we just read 2 weeks ago, Grandma and the Great Gourd. Think about how that story might be different from a realistic fiction story. Remember, in Grandma and the Great Gourd, there were things like talking animals, and Grandma sat in a gourd, and those things couldn't happen in real life. But in a realistic fiction story, if you look down here in your anchor chart, the setting is a real place or a place that could be real, and characters behave like real people. The plot includes events that could happen in real life. So in a realistic fiction story, it only has things that could happen in real life. So there would be no talking dogs, or there would be nobody who would roll down a forest in a gourd. To compare them, think about the text structure. In Grandma and the Great Gourd, there was definitely a beginning and a middle and an end. And then it says here in our anchor chart, in a realistic fiction story, the story has a beginning, a middle, and an end. You can also look at the purpose. The purpose of a realistic fiction story is to entertain or tell a story. We also know that the purpose of a traditional tale is to entertain and tell a story. So there are some similarities and differences right there that you can think about, and then you can jot your thoughts down into the notebook right here. All right, friends, next you will do a listening comprehension. And so I will see you soon. Bye.